species of our world are disappearing. We as scientists and the public alike often ask ourselves, what can we do to save our world's endangered animals? Head starting is one common conservation technique that takes juveniles from the wild, brings them into captivity where they are raised for about a year before they are then released back into their native habitat. The goal of this strategy is to bypass that early phase of life where individuals are more subject to mortality. The Diamondback Terrapin is one species that is declining across its entire range. It is North America's only brackish water turtle found along the whole East Coast in our estuaries. In Maryland, the Diamondback Terrapin is selected for a head starting program that brings hatchlings, such as the ones on that far picture, into classrooms where students raise them before releasing them. We already know that in this population, once these animals are released back into the Chesapeake Bay, they do not survive as well as wild turtles that have always been out in the wild. In this head starting program, terrapins are fed a standard turtle food soft pellet diet, similar to fish food. In the wild, terrapins must eat mussels, crabs, clams, a lot of really hard items. Now let me ask you, do you think if a hatchling has been fed a soft pellet its entire life, that it will know how and be able to break open the hard-shelled prey items you see here in our salt marsh? My research aims to answer this question and to evaluate if the head-started animals have a reduced bite force when compared to their wild counterparts. Now, in order to do this, I must measure how hard can a wild terrapin bite and how hard can a head-started terrapin bite. So once I obtain a terrapin, I tickle the side of its skull and the turtle opens its mouth. Then these bite plates you see in this picture are inserted into the mouth, and naturally the terrapin bites down on them. A force is recorded on a small handheld machine. These values can be then used to determine if there is a difference in the bite force capability between wild and head-started individuals. The results of my research will be shared with the Head Starting program in Maryland to decide if diet and bite force might be one possible explanation as to why these captive-raised turtles do not survive once they are released into the wild. Furthermore, if head starting is going to be the answer that we as people turn to save the Diamondback Terrapin and our other world's endangered species, then we really need to make sure that these animals are able to feed and therefore survive in the long term so that the population out in the wild may grow.